Well, hi, and you
Hi,
are?
Jane Luthar, Jane Pritchett Luthar.
And who makes that your father then?
It has to be Ollie Pritchett.
And for those that don't know, who was he?
He was the person in the Fez at this show. He was an actor. He was in movies, many just small parts.
And where did you live with him?
Pasadena. For the Pasadena Playhouse is where he lived most of the time, because that's what he did.
Oh, uh-huh.
He was on stage and so on.
Did he live here in town at all?
No, not really.
He just commuted to town.
One time he loved to come to Carpinteria. He met my mother here. And they were married in 1930. He came here in 1928 and started a theater in a tent. And if you can always go into the museum, the local museum, they have all the information, they have all the pictures if you need it, you know.
So he was an actor, a showman, and liked to put on a show at a theater.
He started very early. When he was 10 years old, he was in a play at the old Playhouse, and he was...
What old play? On TV?
On Pasadena. Pasadena Playhouse. That's just still going. It's a wonderful place. So what happened was he started very early, and if they had just a few people who were interested in the theater then, it was on a different place than it is now. And so he was many times asked to be a girl, so they just put a skirt on him. He was 10 years old. And of course he couldn't care. He loved it. Whatever you had to do was important. Yeah. He went to New York. He went to all the stages of the shows. He would stand in the side and say, "Have you got anything I can do today? Can I carry a spear? Can I just walk through or anything?" And he got experience that way. He was entirely hooked on theater for the rest of his life. And it was so exciting to be his daughter, really. It was great.
Are you involved with theater?
No, I only go and see it all the time whenever I can. Yeah.
Is that why you're still in Pasadena?
No, I'm not in Pasadena. I live in Southern California, near San Diego now.
Nice.
But I've moved all over the place. So.
Have you been to this theater before?
Oh yes, when it was a mess. Yes, when it was dirty and the seats were all torn apart. And
is this after him?
After him, oh yes, he was out of here, but he'll never forget Carpinteria and what this meant to him, because he was made the manager when they built this building.
What year was that about?
Oh boy, probably 29. He married my mom in 1930, and then they went to Pasadena because he got a job at the Pasadena Playhouse.
What did he do there?
An actor. He was in charge of publicity at first, and then as it went along, he was, like a vice president or something like that. I'm not sure what I have it somewhere in my book, but I don't know.
Oh, did you write a book about it?
No, I didn't, but I have a book on his. UCLA came to him and wanted some information, and so they did it online. In other words, they made a book out of it, but it was with the microphone, and he answered everything, and they were picking up everything for his entire life. It was extremely important. In fact, he wasn't a star. He didn't want to be a star. He just wanted to be there when it was time, and he would do anything to do it. So,
nice.
Yes.
Do you ladies do you want to add anything?
Oh, I've just been a longtime friend of Jane, his daughter, and he was a wonderful man.
Nice.
I was privileged to know him.
Would you like to add anything?
Not really. Jane is great, and her father was terrific. Enough said.
Do you want to add anything else?
No, these are my two oldest friends. Well, no, I should say oldest. My two best friends. Sorry. We went to the University of Arizona together. She was in the drama department. This gal here, Mimi. And I don't know what you did. I think you partied a lot, didn't you?
No, never.
Well, what do you think is the secret to having long-lasting friendship?
Keeping in touch. Keeping in touch.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't make the effort to keep in touch.
No. But it's easy now, You've got the email, you've got all this stuff. Good. Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot. Nice talking to you.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.
Ollie's dream was infused into every aspect of this theater. The walls, the plaster, the very foundation absorbed Ollie's vision of entertainment for the Carpinteria Valley. Speaking of foundations, before this year is over, we'll be introducing you to the Alcazar Theater Foundation. The vision and goal of the foundation will be to purchase not only the theater, but the entire block-long structure when it becomes available for sale. The second phase would be to restore the building to its original splendor, and to then maintain the entire building as a self-supporting center for the performing arts, civic events, and to further the educational and entertainment interest in film and theater. In short, the primary goal will always be to keep Ollie's dream alive and thriving for generations to come in the Carpinteria Valley. We thank you for being here tonight and for your generosity and support of the Plaza Playhouse Theater. It is with great pride that we present tonight's film, Casablanca, starring Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman, and in a non-speaking role, our very own Oliver Pritchett. Imagine yourself traveling back in time. It's November 1942. America has been at war for nearly a year. The Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941 is still a fresh and frightening memory. The mood across the U.S. is one of uncertainty and worry. With thousands of Americans gone to war, not only in the Pacific, but headed to North Africa and eventually Europe, Warner Brothers Studios decided to push up the premiere of Casablanca from early 1943 to Thanksgiving Day, November 26, 1942, in order to provide a much-needed boost in morale for the country. Director Michael Curtiz had worked his magic on a script that famously kept being rewritten from day to day, right up until the final scene. In fact, while the movie was being shot in late 1941, the cast and crew were on set on that first Sunday in December when word came of the bombing of Pearl Harbor. Casablanca, now celebrating its 72nd year, remains as one of the all-time classic films, a love story set against the backdrop of World War II. At the 1943 Academy Awards, it won for Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Screenplay. What's most endearing about this film is the on-screen chemistry between Bogart and Bergman, the use of the song as time goes by, and of course a few classic lines that many people repeat even today. If you've never seen this film on the big screen, you're in for a real treat. Tonight you'll be seeing it in its original aspect ratio that will fill our screen, just the way moviegoers first saw it projected in 1942. It has been digitally restored to bring out every nuance of the black and white images, and the soundtrack is superb. On behalf of the Board of Directors and our cast of volunteers, we applaud you for your ongoing support of the Plaza Playhouse Theater, and for helping to keep Ollie's dream alive. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to enjoy tonight's presentation of Casablanca.